Welcome back to Skin Deep here on Sirius XM Radio, HUR Voices. Before the break, I was telling you about our guest. I'm so excited to have her. We actually had her on the show maybe 5 or 6 years ago, but
Mhm.
that's a lifetime. Maysa, welcome to
Hi, how you
Skin Deep.
doing, honey?
I'm
Long
so
time.
happy to see you.
Same here. Thank you for inviting me back. I appreciate that.
Listen, you are a local girl right down the street in Baltimore. We're right here in DC. You
Mhm,
grew up here. You went to Morgan State University. Almost all of my
mhm.
friends and sorors went there. You were a part of the famous Morgan State University choir, and you met Stevie
Yes.
Wonder. We all know the story, but I want to make sure everybody that's listening hears this story.
Mhm,
And you met Stevie while you were performing in the Morgan State Choir and later became a part of his or became his backup singer. Now, have I
mhm.
gotten that right so far
Yep,
or
absolutely right.
okay.
Yep.
How was that? That must have been incredible. Were you looking to shoot to superstardom so soon and that young?
It was, I don't know. I had a goal when I left Baltimore to start my career, and singing background for Stevie was just an amazing way to start. Um,
Yes.
and also being my first professional gigs being singing background on These Three Words from the Jungle Fever album, and
Yeah.
some other songs on that album. That was just mind blowing. It was just like a whirlwind, a magic time, and it was so fun. It was just a lot of fun.
And it's like in the blink of an eye,
Hmm.
it's 20, 30 years later,
Hmm.
but I know that that experience was life altering.
It was.
Um, how did it alter your life? Because most people, they're looking for their big break and it takes them years and years and years sometimes. How
Mhm.
did it change your life?
It changed. I got out there to LA. I started working with Stevie, and then we did the Jungle Fever whole. It's like a whole promotional circuit thing. We did all the big TV shows like Oprah and David Letterman and Johnny
Yeah.
Carson and all that stuff. We did all those
Oh,
shows, and then he had to go on a Brazilian tour, and he took the older people with him because I didn't know the show, and so I just knew that part of singing background on the album. And so once that was over, I had to find work because I didn't have any work, and
oh,
they're gone. And so I taught voice. I managed a girl group. I worked at a record store called The Warehouse out there in North Hollywood.
okay.
I was trying to survive out there, and it was difficult for I don't know for about almost 6 months. I
Wow.
was out there surviving, and I happened to do one of Stevie's singers, Bridget Bryant, called me one day and said, "There's a guy, a drummer from Scotland named Stephen Harvey, who wants to he needs a jazz vocalist sounding singer for this thing he's doing." And so she said, "I recommended you because you have a kind of a jazzy voice." So she sent me to the session, and I became friends with Steve, and we started working together. And one day he called me and said, "Mesa, um, my friend Bluey in London is
Mhm.
looking for a new American singer for his group Incognito because they had a big hit with Jocelyn Brown, and he wants an American singer to front his band now. Are you interested in auditioning?" And so I was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah.
And Bluey called me one day and he told me he was gonna bring me over. He asked me to sing a little bit. Don't you worry about a thing. I sang that, and the next morning his manager said, "I don't know what you sang to Bluey, but you got the gig, and we're not gonna look for anybody else." And so that's how I got it. They flew me to London 2 weeks later, and I lived there 4.5 years, and so that's how it all just back to back magic kept happening.
Yes, girl, that's called God. I mean, to me,
Oh God,
all day,
absolutely,
all night.
God's magic, absolutely.
Yes. So, you know what I've always wondered, like, if you have your big break, like you said, you were doing the press on all the shows and promoting
Mhm.
the album with
Charity. Mhm,
Stevie, and you're
mhm.
like on cloud nine, and then the next thing you know,
Yeah,
you're struggling. I mean, you're like,
yeah,
what happened? How did you
yeah.
handle that? Because a
And I
lot
just kept
of
I know
people,
it's scary 'cause I was like, "Why did this" like, it was like a big buildup and then, like, a total slam down, you know?
yeah,
And I had to I also worked at the May company, like, it was Macy's kinda thing, and so I worked there, and I remember it was Christmas time, and everybody was, um, going home, for the holidays, and a lot of workers were leaving, and I was taking their shifts and stuff, and I couldn't afford to go home, and I remember I was so sad. And
yeah,
then I got the call from Bluey, and that kinda helped, ease that, and I was scared. I was 24. I had
Yeah,
never been out of the country. And but I went when I was 12 years old. I went to Paris with a school group, but that's just been a second. The moving out of the country, I never done that
yeah.
before, so it was scary, and I didn't know him. I didn't know the people. I was so brave then. I was like, I don't know if I can do that now, but back
Right.
then I was like, how brave and how trusting my parents were of this man. They
Right.
didn't know. They had no idea. I didn't know his whole name. I didn't know Bluey. I didn't know
Oh,
his whole name when I got there because at the airport they stopped me at the airport because I didn't have his real name.
oh,
So they
wow.
picked me up. It was kind of crazy.
You took a risk, and you know what? The world then was not like it is now. I
It
mean,
is right. It truly is not.
yeah, and today, I don't know if I would let my daughters do anything like
Yeah, right.
a different world, you know?
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Um, so tell me something, like,
Mhm.
what would you say, or what kind of advice would you give to young musicians now? Like we said, it's a different world.
Yeah.
To make it in the music business, because I think what I do like about technology, I think it's both a blessing and a curse, but I like that people can now control their own destiny a lot of
Yeah.
times. Like, they can
Yes.
these young people getting on social media, they're born with
Right.
phones in their hands, and they know
Mhm.
how to, operate it and manipulate it to,
Mhm.
serve themselves.
Mhm.
What do you say to young people who wanna make it in the music industry? Because that's a hard business right there, especially for women.
It is. Exactly what you were saying. The social media is king right now as far as getting on there. That's how you really get on radio now. It's like
Yeah,
it's easy to get on radio now to once you have your social media game strong. I think for people starting out now, just try to own yourself first. Try to own it, do it yourself. And I
mm,
know it's a lot of work, but
mhm.
when you sign to these companies and then you're beholden to their rules and their regulations and their what they want to pay you as opposed to when you own it from day one, you get paid from day one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I would recommend them doing that. And there's also please hone your craft. Whatever craft you're putting out there, just make it better, keep getting better and practice and learn professionalism. Professionalism is so important in this industry. There's no more divas and divos. Nobody cares about all that stuff, what you want and how a lot of people still want it to be, oh, it's me. It's my ego. It's not about your
Right.
ego. This is about a gift that you were given that you're supposed to share with other people to help them through their lives. That's what I believe. And so once you take that attitude, I think it'll help propel you through this business and deal with all of the craziness because it's a lot of it. But
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to get a good attorney, and do your social media. Get somebody who's good at promotions and marketing, and
yeah.
you try to do your best with that.
Yeah, yeah. I was listening to I forgot who it was, and he said he doesn't even have an accountant anymore. He counts his own money because he's heard so many horror stories from
Yeah,
his friends who are big time people in music
yeah.
and, in sports and the media, and they've gotten swindled. So he says he writes all his checks, and I
Yeah,
remember hearing
that's one thing
Oprah
I learned
say
from
the same
Oprah.
thing.
Oprah said,
Yeah,
"Always sign your own checks," and that's what I learned that. She said that decades ago, but that's stuck in
yeah.
my mind.
Yes, you did.
Mhm.
So what was it like when you went to London and you started performing with Incognito? Like, the star,
Right.
rose again,
Well,
right?
there was a lot of love. That was Black American musicians, singers, and musicians who were very respected, well respected in London,
Yeah.
and especially at that time. When I went over there, that's when all that Milli Vanilli stuff and all that stuff was coming out.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of made my career a little bit harder to navigate because it
Mm.
was all how you look kind of stuff. And even though I was small, I was so small back then, but I wasn't small enough.
Ah, yeah,
So,
but that's another thing about the, music
yeah,
industry. It's like
yeah,
a
it's all about the how you look stuff. It's just so silly.
Yeah, and they want everybody to look the same way and be a
Right.
size 2. I mean, I haven't been a
Yeah.
size 2 since I was 2,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's
So
really wild.
what is it? What's the word I wanna it's unrealistic,
Yeah.
and but you still did amazing things, you made amazing
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
and you still perform with them. I just saw
Yeah.
you this past summer, I think,
Uh-huh. Absolutely. When
performing
they
with
come to the States, especially, I might be doing a little more European stuff with them next year that I have done in a long time. I'm looking
them. Mhm.
forward to that. There's a big 45th anniversary coming
Oh,
up with Incognito. Yeah,
are
45
you
years.
serious?
Oh, yeah.
They've been
Incognito
around for
started
that
I was
long?
12 when they started, so I was
Oh
12
my
years old.
god, I didn't know You know what? I always think Incognito, you all started together, like you were with
Mm-mm.
them, but they were out well
Yeah,
before you
yeah.
joined.
They started. I've been with them 33 years now, though.
Oh my god, that's as
And
long as I've been married, girl, 33 years. Oh my god, that's a long time.
I know.
Well, I mean, when I think of Incognito, I think of Maysa. I mean,
Oh, thank
and
you.
still a friend of mine. I can't
Yeah.
help
I appreciate that. That's so cool.
Yes, and so many
Mhm.
people that I know, they say the same thing, like, I'm like a fangirl, right? And so I'm in a sorority, and all of us are like your fans.
Oh, thank you.
You were gonna try to make it. I had invited you to an event, where we were initiating a bunch of, Black CEOs into this, business sorority, and I had
Mm,
invited you, and you were like, "Oh my goodness, Sharrarne, I gotta go to Philly," but if I wasn't going to
I know.
Philly, I would have been there, and let me tell you how sad they were that you could not
Oh,
make it, Mace.
oh man, I'm so
That's how
sorry.
much they love you. We all love you.
Oh, thank you so much. Next time I will be there.
Yes, that's what you said too. But listen, we gotta take a quick break. Before we do, Mesa, where can everybody find your music? Find you and your
Oh
music.
wow. My Maysa.com is the place you can go to find all my links to all my social media, all the music. I just recently got my music, my new album on Amazon.com, so you can order it there, and the
Ah,
vinyl and the CD. And also I do it on the Maysa store.com. I do it myself. It's a more personalized way to buy my music. And also, of course, it's iTunes and all outlets,
I
digital outlets.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a good thing. Folks, we have to take a break, but we will be right back with the incomparable Mesa, right here on Skin Deep on Sirius XM Radio, channel 141, HUR Voices. And we're here right back on Sirius XM Radio with Mesa. Mesa, listen, we are, or during the break, we were talking about your company, your label, Blue Velvet Soul.
Mhm.
I want to find out what made you decide to do that. But before I ask you that, I have a personal favor to ask. I would love, love, love it if while your show is airing,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's next weekend or the weekend after, but when it airs on SiriusXM, we would love to have all of your music playing underneath
Oh,
the
wow.
show with your permission.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. I
And
appreciate that.
you want us to play your new album, right? You want to
Yeah,
talk
music for your soul. Yeah, it's a 19-song double album. So yes, you got plenty of music to play.
it's called Music for Your Soul.
Uh-huh. Music
Oh
for your
my
soul.
God, I
Yeah.
love it. And we
Mhm.
can find that on Mesa.com too, right?
Yeah. Yes. All the links to
Okay.
that are there.
So let's talk about ownership. So you have your own label, and I think it's called Blue Velvet Soul.
Mhm.
Where does the name come from, and what made you decide to strike out on your own? I know that's got to be a lot of responsibility.
It is. I decided in 2018 that I wanted to own myself for the rest of my life, and I wanted to build a legacy for my son and my future grandchildren, so that they can go to the mailbox one day and get money from grandma, so that
Oh,
they can live
girl.
a life where they don't have to worry about bills and little things. They can go and explore the world and explore what their passions without so much worrying so much about regular bills. So I want to just do something for the future. So I thought, if I will never get that if I have other people owning my music. So I
Right.
decided that it was time for me to move on and do that. I chose Blue Velvet Soul Records because my album, Blue Velvet Soul, that I put out many years ago now, uh, that's where I got my first Grammy nomination.
Ah,
And so my one of my best friends, Kim Brewer, who actually introduced me to Stevie, said, "Mason, your voice is like blue velvet." And I was like, "Oh," so she said, "You should call the album Blue Velvet Soul." So I did. And then when we decided the record company name, I decided I wanted to call it that.
oh, I love that. I love that whole story of legacy too. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
more people need to think like that,
Yeah, think in
especially
the future. Yeah.
yeah, when you said when they go out to the mailbox and they get money from grandma.
Right.
Girl, I mean, even when grandma is gone to glory,
Yeah.
they will
Yeah.
still have that legacy that she left behind
Yeah.
for them, and
Mhm.
that
And something they can be proud of me for. That, grandma didn't, do things or compromise her morals to be in this industry. Not one day. So I want my grandchildren, my son, especially my grandchildren, to be proud of that, and they
Yes.
know that that's the music. That's why I really focused on music. As I gained weight and didn't look like what everybody wanted me to look like in the industry, I was determined that people were going to be focused on the music. The music is the gift that God gave me to share with people to help them through their lives, and that's what being what I call a music therapist. My form of music therapy is that's what I make the music for.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. That's what I want
Yeah.
everybody to get from me is that it was about the music. And the weight loss thing that I'm trying to working on now is it's for me, it's for my health, so that I can see my grandkids and I can be able to hang with them and do things with them. So
Yeah.
I'm focused on that too. So that's what that's about.
Well, your music is a gift to all of us, and I thank you on behalf of so many millions of people for that gift. It's beautiful and it's priceless. So, um, listen, your career has been pretty steady over these years, and that in and of itself is a blessing. So many people have come and gone. It is hard to stay
Yeah.
relevant. You have done that. Um, what's the key to your steady success?
God, number one,
Hmm.
and my faith in God. And then also, I think I just stay true to my art, true to who I am. I don't try to be anybody else. I don't try to run after trends. I don't try to do none of that. And also, I think, um, the only thing that I kind of embraced is social media and how to. It took a long time for me to learn how to get that straight, but I still have a long way to go. But I think just staying true to my art and who I am as an artist, I think that's gave me longevity, and I think also professionalism has helped me in a lot of ways because I just, people call me back because I still put, you know, bring people to the shows, the people that still want to see it,
Hmm.
and even with the in 2016, I started Mace's Kitchen Karaoke Sundays, and
Yes.
I started doing that during the pandemic. It got really, really big, where we had about 100,000 people a week were watching. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I
and
know
it's
I
so
watched it
funny.
a couple of times because
Yeah, uh-huh.
oh my good, do you do that anymore?
Yeah, I still do it. Yeah, I still
Oh, you
do it
still
on the
do it?
Sundays when I'm home. I did it last Sunday, and I get to do it this whole month because I'm home this whole month on every Sunday. So
Oh
I'm
my
gonna build it right
goodness.
back up again.
Okay, well, wait, where can people find that,
It's
Mesa?
on
How do they
Facebook. So if you go on my website, Maysa.com, the link is there too.
Okay,
Or the link is there, the kitchen karaoke. It's on it's called Maysa official like page on Facebook. And
okay,
and that's how you get to the link. And then you join that. And the Facebook is messing with us. They have blocked my notifications so people don't know it's on anymore.
oh my
So I have to
goodness.
tell them, I have to do like posts to let people know it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern time to come on. And I'll
Okay,
be
yeah, let's
Mhm.
say that again, 7:30 PM on Sundays
Mhm.
when you are in town, right, when you're home.
Mhm.
And so people have to go to Mesa.com or to your official Mesa Facebook page, and
Yes.
they will be able to get more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want everybody to know about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, well, okay, so kitchen karaoke. So you're singing, but who else is singing? Is it like
Oh,
karaoke
sometimes
for
bring it.
people?
Yeah, bring in. Well, I bring in artists to come in. We've had
Oh,
Frank McComb. We've had my friend Dawn Tallman, who's sung a lot of backgrounds on my album. She's one of the most fantastic singers, uh, and she's a solo artist and a dance diva. Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
uh-huh.
Have her on. April Ryan, the White House correspondent, is coming on.
Oh, wow.
We've had
Wait a minute.
several.
Well, she has sung? Did she
Yeah,
sing?
she wants to say she likes my song "Inside My Dreams," so she likes to sing that.
Okay, that's
Yeah, so
nice.
April's been on, and we've had quite a few. We had Phil Perry came on, my
Oh,
producer Christy Hale
wow.
Davis come on. Yeah, we had a lot of people come on, so it's been a lot of fun. Uh, and Wayne Bruce from Spur of the Moment. I mean, we've
I
had a
love
lot of
Wayne.
people.
I love Wayne.
So we had a lot of people come through, and we've had a great. I cook for everybody. We have a good time, and one of my guests usually cooks some kind of greens like spinach or something like that. We have them cook or something. I've had a professional chef. I've done it for Mother's Day. Had a professional chef come in, and we did a segment with the chef.
Now,
Uh,
wait a minute. I thought this was virtual.
it is. It's all on Facebook.
So, how do you have the chef for who? Who are you
Oh, the
cooking
chef
for?
he cooked for everybody who's here. Everybody that was in the house.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's whoever's in
you
the house.
invite some of the folks to come and
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's been here. The elders have been in my home, and we've cooked for them, and then I've cooked dinner, and it's been really fun. So
oh,
that's
yeah.
something I hope to uh take on the road one day. We're
Yes,
working on.
listen, I
Yeah.
would love to do a show, a Sirius XM show
Oh
from
yeah, absolutely.
your home and do
Oh,
something
that would be awesome.
that would be awesome.
We
Oh, we
definitely
gotta
do
talk
that.
about doing that, maybe next year, sooner rather
Mhm.
than later.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be amazing. And we
Yeah.
could bring I'm trying to get Raheem and Kenny Lattimore and some other guys to be able to come on and hang on the show. I'm gonna
Oh my
bring a
god.
lot of people in 2024. But I'm trying to get Facebook to take that shadow ban off me so that I can reach a lot of people. And so
Yeah.
we're gonna work on it. We'll see how we're gonna work that out. I gotta get an attorney to help me get the
Well,
Facebook.
oh, yeah, yeah, because I don't
Mhm.
understand why they would do that. It wasn't like you were doing anything wrong or bad.
Right, but it's all publishing. It's publishers.
Oh, okay.
Publishers actually come on, even though I'm singing music that will help them make money, they still
Yes.
come on because it's all about ad revenue, and that's they
Oh,
want part of the ad revenue. That's what it really is.
that's what it
So,
is, yeah.
mhm,
Well, if you have Raheem or Kenny Lattimore
mhm,
and or Kenny Lattimore and
mhm.
you have got to let me know in time so that I
Oh,
can
yeah.
bring the show. We can do a whole
Right.
show,
That
okay?
was really fun.
Yes, it sounds like a fun and I
Mhm.
will bring I'm a good cook, girl. I've been
Well,
married
nice.
30
Okay, I
years.
know
I'll
that's right.
bring
I'll
some
definitely have
food.
you cooking it here.
I will bring some food.
Oh,
So
that was
listen,
awesome.
we are about to end the show. It was too fast because I have like
Oh.
10 more questions for you. So I'm gonna have you back on the show. But we're just so excited that you've come on. We're so happy that you are still a friend
Mhm.
of ours. And
Yes, thank
tell
you.
everybody again where they can find you and your music. Tell everybody again about Kitchen Karaoke. Uh,
Yes.
yes, you said you're gonna be there for the next all of December,
Yeah,
right?
all of December. Yep, I'll be every Sunday. I'll be on 7:30 p.m. Also do midnight serenade on Wednesday night sometimes. Depends. I might be doing one. What's the night? Today Wednesday. Uh-oh.
Yeah, today is
I might do one tonight. I don't know. I gotta help my son. My son is moving, so back
oh,
home.
oh,
So
okay,
I'm
okay.
helping move. But yeah. So on Sunday nights, 7:30 p.m. is Mace's Kitchen Karaoke Sundays on Facebook Live, and you can find my music on every digital outlet there is. You want physical copies on Amazon.com. Mesa's Music for Your Soul is the name of the album,
Okay.
and you can find it on the MesaStore.com. You get T-shirts and everything else there.
Well, I am gonna make certain that we play your wonderful music from your new album underneath the
Mhm.
show, while it airs for several days. We are
Oh,
excited, and
mhm.
we still may Rodney, I'm gonna ask my wonderful super producer to include a couple of songs because Still a Friend of Mine is my favorite, and I know that's you and Incognito, but I feel like Incognito started when Mesa joined,
No,
okay?
thank you, honey. I appreciate
Yes,
you.
yes. That's it for now, folks. I'm your host, Sharrarne Morton, here with the legendary, incomparable Maysa. We are so
Thank
excited to
you.
have her
Thank
on
you.
Sirius XM Radio. Thank you again for being here, Maysa.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you use the information we provided today to exercise your blue velvet soul. You can
Mhm.
hear this show on Sirius XM Radio, channel 141 on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, as well as on iTunes, Spotify, and all the streaming platforms. And check me out at Sharrarne_Morton on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks again for tuning in on All Things That Are Skin Deep.